slot, still is going, shoots, he scores! We are live from North Shore Ice Arena for the SHL Playoff Final on YouTube Live. Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the broadcast, where tonight the number 1 seeded New Trier Trevians will take on the 3 seeded St. Viator Lions in the SHL Final, this being game 1 of 3 in this series. Alongside Ben Stein tonight, I'm Max Anderson. We'll have all the live game action for you here from Northbrook. These two teams took a little bit different routes getting here, but Ben, it's certainly incumbent upon St. Viator to find a way to take down the mighty New Trier, who have only lost 1 game in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, a couple things I think Viator could do tonight is clog up the neutral zone. Green really likes to get speed through the neutral zone. If you let them get that speed, they can be pretty dangerous. And then I just think staying out of the box. Viator sometimes takes some penalties, and especially against guys like Green, they'll make you pay in the power play. So I think those are definitely the 2 biggest things.
Of course, if the name Ben Stein sounds familiar, assistant coach for GBN, happy and thanking him for joining us here on the broadcast tonight. Taylor and Tyler couldn't make it. We thought, who knows more about SHL hockey than Ben? So Ben, thank you for joining us here tonight. Hope you enjoy your time.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. This is an absolute honor. Really excited to do something like this. Should be a good hockey game.
So on the St. Viator side, came in having won their first round series as a 3 seed, beating GBS 2-0. And then you saw game 2 of their series against Stevenson right here on the SHL network in a wild game where Stevenson ended up coming back, forcing a game 3. That game 3 happened the following night at Twin Rinks, where St. Viator came out on top of the 5-2 On the other side, New Trier had 2 sweeps in their first 2 rounds. The first over Carmel Catholic, and the second over Loyola, both going 2-0 in those 2 rounds. Before we get started, we're going to take one more timeout and come back with Puck Drop in just a moment, right here on your home for SHL Hockey, YouTube Live. Back live from North Shore Ice Arena for game 1 of this SHL final. Both teams getting their final instructions from their coaches, but we talked about staying out of the penalty box is going to be a key for St. Viator. We know how lethal New Trier can be on the power play. 5-on-5 is going to have to be a place where St. Viator can thrive.
Yeah, like I alluded to before, you really got to stay out of the box against a team like Green. They capitalize on mistakes and advantages, so you really just got to stay out of the box. Don't give them life on the power play.
And you nailed it. Something we've talked about all season long watching New Trier. They seem to, better than any team in the state, capitalize on those mistakes. You nailed it. Where a lot of times in high school hockey, you can get away with risky passes through the neutral zone, risky passes from your own defensive zone to the neutral zone. And they seem to step in front of those pucks and take advantage, scoring goals, capitalizing on those mistakes better than any team in the league.
Yep, that's what they do. That's what good teams do. They take advantage of mistakes. So, obviously mistakes are going to happen, but you got to limit them against a team like New Trier.
Both teams circling, getting ready to get started. Of course, New Trier, the number 1 seed in the state playoffs as well. Viator comes in the 3 seed. No mistake that many of the top seeds in the state playoffs hail right here from the SHL. We are underway, and Green takes the face-off draw. McCarthy on to Liffendahl, who chips that puck in deep, sending Ryan Gallagher in on the forecheck. Chiappetta tries to dig it out. Euler didn't see it coming out. Wagner getting his hands dirty in the corner, trying to dig the puck out. He will. And that puck squirts out in the neutral zone. McCarthy now trying to get the puck. Euler eventually corralling it for the guys in white. Viator in their road white jerseys with the big red seal on their chest. Here's Euler. He circles around. Preston Watt starting that minor. Here's Tarusian in the slot.
Good save.
A good save from Preston Watt. So good chance early to get his feet wet in this game.
Yeah, no, that's what you got to do against a good goalie like Watt. Test them out. Don't make them
Rider in the white jerseys with the red, white, and blue stockings, blue pants. Sure countering with their Shamrock uniforms, a green base, white trim. All green and white in these uniforms, no blue. As we restart play, Simon Chong leads the rush here. For New Trier, he'll enter the zone on a post. He'll drop puck back. Dolby now cross ice. Good Trent Caden, that puck behind the net. Now waiting for it. Here's Caden again. He'll shoot, looking for a deflection from Babnick. Side of the net, didn't get it. Now Max Lasny behind the play. Try to create something on the forecheck. Swept aside. Here's Raymond Hart. He'll just knock that puck out of the zone and reset for Viator. Wozniak getting his first ice time of the night. Key energizing cog for this Viator side. This puck missing. Oh my, it goes the length of the ice for what could have been icing. No call. Shore will just drop this puck in deep. Send Canetta, as well as Bregas on the forecheck. Bregas takes a big hit, far boards. See Brian Dolby, the SHL Player of the Year, making his presence immediately felt in this game. Bregas again on the forecheck, trying to track it down. Canetta using the body. He gets checked hard. Out of the ice, puck loose into the slot, but no one from Viator could capitalize. Clearing the puck out quickly, on comes New Trier. Here's John Kane with some space, forehand, backhand, shoots! Big save early on from Mike Petreka. And Tyler Nolan can't handle it, so both goalies getting an early test here just 2 minutes into the game. Played into the zone, all the way back to Petreka. Spin it around the boards, looking for Mueller. Whack at it, but kept it at the point by Nolan. Hockery tried to deflect it in on net, but it went wide. Here's no Bregas. Tries to chip it out, not able to force it, finally able to force it out of the zone. It's going to be key here tonight, Ben, to make sure if you're Viator to be clean exits out of the zone. That's not one of them.
Definitely, yeah, that's the biggest thing, like we talked about in pregame. If you don't clear pucks, you're going to be getting them out of the back of your net.
Well, here's a good example. Puglisi kept that one in. Now backdoor Nolan, he winds up, shoots. Puck still loose in front. I don't believe it ever got there. Charlie Ware, I think it hit his chest before it could get. Now on comes Vituli, fortunate bounce there for St. Viator. He taps that puck a little bit too far out in front of him. Now Manerick takes the puck back at the point. Here's a shot high on Watt, and he quickly falls on it. And a post-play skirmish as Connor Taylor was right on the doorstep, trying to tap something home.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that this series, especially this game. Two teams don't necessarily like each other, but go to the net hard, and there's going to be some scrambles, maybe little scraps after.
We saw in that Stevenson-Viator series, very physical series, testy series, lots of penalties in that series. A lot of that has to do with the way Viator plays. They play with an edge. Sometimes you would argue to their detriment, putting themselves on frequently on the penalty kill. Let's try to avoid that tonight. Here's Alec Gurn. He can't keep it in at the point. That puck won't reach the limit for icing. So it's Ryan Gallagher now passing in a huge hit. So he puts Houston into the boards. Those hands came up pretty high, no call. Letting them play here early. Gurn tries to chip that out along the boards. Finally is able to get it out. Winding up, and blocker save there from Petreka, throwing that into the corner. Here's Euler. On comes Syverston. He's not able to reach that puck. He'll have to grab it in the neutral zone, knock it down. It'll be Wagner chipping that puck in deep. All of McCarthy in the corner, trying to dig it loose. Wagner giving chase to Syverston. Easily played up Liffendahl. On comes New Trier Green. Here's Buddington. He skates around one defender, drops the puck in deep. He'll go for a change. New Trier gets 5 new bodies on the ice, and Viator's able to reset. Quickly, John Hackett putting some pressure on the forecheck. That'll be offside if played by a Trevian, but Max Zelazny lets that puck go. And icing the call. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, GBN Hockey, Carmel Hockey, and Brink Personalized Nutrition. Brink is personalized nutrition for teen athletes. Brink offers nutritionist-designed food and beverages for performance advantage. Check them out and get started at www.getbrink.co. Here's Raymond Hart with a good stretch pass. He'll take a shot, fought off by Preston Watt into the corner. Wozniak chips it on. That's a second very high-quality chance for Viator. Not able to bury one yet, but they continue to get good chances like that. You don't get many. The way this New Trier team plays collectively on the back end, they've got to take advantage of them when they get them. Now Gorman checks Kane into Petreka, and they'll take an offensive zone draw and a big shot after the play. Viator's going to have to be careful. They don't get a roughing after the play.
Hey, the refs are definitely letting them play. I like to see this. It's a championship series, so they're leaving it all out on the line. Physical game. The refs are letting them play. I like to see it here.
Mentioned championship series here. A really nice crowd on a Sunday evening. Beautiful Sunday evening.
Yeah, it's awesome to see the support for these two teams. See some support for Illinois hockey.
Oh, we do get a penalty. Didn't see an arm go up, but it is John Jarose that's going to head to the penalty box for Viator, and that's the kind of silly afterplay penalty that can haunt Viator in a series like this.
Definitely. You can't be doing things like that. You want to be physical, but you can't be putting your team at a disadvantage.
Offensive zone draw here for New Trier, but Viator able to win it and clear it. Dolby back in his own zone to take the puck. John DeRose serves as a double problem here as he's a critical piece of their penalty kill normally, so they're shorthanded against this potent New Trier attack. Drop past Gallagher near side half boards. He looks, drops back Dolby, but out of the zone. A little too much mustard on that pass. Cross ice. Here's Babnick. He throws Akri. Followed up by Gallagher. Akri tries to get it back to the point, but no one was there. No Bregas. Just going to be able to not get that puck deep enough. Viator going for a change. A little bit shorthanded here. Dolby skates in, but a good stick from Wozniak. Forces that puck back out into the neutral zone. Babnick on to Kane as Akri backdoor, doesn't see him. Eventually gets to Babnick, who shoots just over the crossbar. If they could have gotten the puck to Akri there, he was wide open backdoor. Now Buddington skates around Petreka. He's got Dolby back at the point. Dolby skates to the middle. Now cross ice Akri tries to one time and didn't get anything on the shot. Houston does a nice job tying him up. Mueller forces the puck out of the zone. Dolby enters. Chiappetta matches. Dolby drops, but Buddington wasn't there. So back out of the neutral zone. 33 seconds left on the power play for New Trier. So far, good job from Viator, killing off the first minute 20. Oh, Euler steps in front of this one. He's looking for Wagner in front of the net. Can't get him the puck. Instead, he'll just choose to waste a little bit of time. Maybe try to get a chance, but at the very least, waste some time as Wagner sends us all the way back down. You would assume Hart would take a big slap shot here, as he does, and actually catches Wagner very nearly on a shorthanded chance. That's the end of the power play for New Trier. Back to 5-on-5 action. Very good job from St. Viator killing that penalty.
That's a really big kill. It seemed like they were pretty aggressive on the kill. Just disrupted Green's power play a little bit there.
Charlie Ware now in the corner. Alec Gurn battling him. They come together. Down to the ice goes Gurn. Digging for it is Ware. Liffendahl taking whack at the puck. Finally dug out by Wagner. Spins it around. Hart tries to play it along. Can't get it out. Past Nolan. Tarusian can't get it out either. Now cross ice Ware. He'll shoot. Fought off Petreka. Petreka seeing the puck well here early on. Easily sending that puck into the corner. Hart and Buddington come together. Ware takes a run at Wagner. He's able to avoid that contact. Puglisi keeps that puck in. Rides the rail behind the boards. Eventually coming to O'Rourke. Playing down below the goal line to Graham Paul. Back up top Puglisi. He'll shoot. Deflected in front. Now Nolan takes a shot. Deflected in front. Neither time could the puck get through. and just tossing the puck down ice and happily taking an icing. No, waving the icing. Break for St. Viator. Good hit from Callahan in the neutral zone. On comes Canena. Not able to play that deep. That'll be icing. So St. Viator with a good penalty kill, and the first minute or so off that penalty kill, they seem to be settled into this game and not the least bit intimidated by the number 1 New Trier Trevians.
Definitely, like I alluded to earlier, that's a really big kill. Get your feet out under you, get some nerves out. Looks like they're rolling here, so let's see if they can get some momentum and keep it going.
And Viator's had some offensive chances here. They've had 2 or 3 high-quality chances. They've got to find a way to cash in on them early. As we know, New Trier can score in a hurry. Giroux's back on the ice after his 2-minute minor. Comes behind to Caden. Wozniak gets a break as that puck goes off the official right to his stick and out into the neutral zone. Hackett gets to Zelazny and into the glove of Petreka, and he'll happily take a face-off draw to his left.
Good save, get a stoppage there. Just get pucks on net. I mean, in a championship series, they don't all need to be pretty shots. Just get the puck on net, give it a chance to go in.
9:13 left here in the first period, live from North Shore Ice Arena. Game 1 of the SHL final. Just a couple minutes in the game. Of course, we'll have game 2 for you Wednesday as well, but a long way to go before we get there. Back to the point. Dolby, he's off the post. Simon Trong trying to throw in a puck off the backboards, comes out to Hackett. He shoots, and that puck ricochets up into the netting. Dolby slaps his stick, realizing he had an opportunity, and Petreka saved by the crossbar.
Yeah, New Trier's doing a really good job of getting pressure to the net, not letting Petreka see the puck. That's a big key. If he sees it, he's going to save it. So they're doing a really good job getting that pressure. Unfortunately, goes off the post there.
And you mentioned getting that presence in front. It's going to be something Viator's going to have to focus on, is clearing some of that out. Petreka, one of the better goalies in the league, but when there's traffic in front, it can be very difficult. He's certainly a guy that can get hot in a series like this and carry Viator, but they got to do a good job keeping things clean in front of him.
Definitely, that's a big key. If he sees it, he's going to save it. So try to help your goalie out.
Wagner gets slashed, no calls. He comes through the neutral zone, able to get the puck onto Tarosian. He battles with Syverston, taking it back behind Preston Watt. Watt, the second team All-SHL goalie, of course, selected to the All-State game as well. Had an outstanding season, following up his state championship performance last year in SHL play. 14-1 and so far this season, and a sparkling 94.6 save percentage. He's been outstanding all season long, and certainly one of the reasons that guys like Brian Dolby, Magnus Syverston can be aggressive at times on the defensive end is Preston Watt so solid in net and can clean up a mess.
That's a great point you bring up. Obviously, it's great, goalies making saves, but it's even better to know as a defenseman or a forward that your goalie's got your back, back there.
Here's a shot wide of the net by Vituli. Out at the blue line, Babnick. He plays rink wide Ackery. Ackery with some space. He'll skate deep. Gurn checks him off the puck. Here's Kane, cross ice. Nolan, he'll shoot Petreka. Good save there. That deflected puck able to be kept in. Puglisi from distance and into the belly of Petreka.
It's a good save there once again. Petreka's seeing the puck. They're now doing a good job of clearing those guys. So really good job by Viator. Let their goalie see the puck and make those saves.
Face-off draw to come to the right of Petreka. Gorman. And Ackery wins it right off the bat. Had a man backdoor just past the stick of John Kane. Comes all the way back into the New Trier zone to Puglisi. Eventually Ackery. This one dropped deep by Houston. Raymond Hart able to get the puck in the offensive zone. He gets checked hard by Kane. Pops back out in the middle of the ice. Eventually swept away by Babnick. Up the ice comes Ackery. He looks, he shoots, easily patted aside by Petreka. Another shot sticked aside by Petreka. Chong coming up from his defensive spot. Ware replaces him back at the blue line, not able to keep that puck in. And O'Rourke will try to dump it deep. Houston steps in the way of that. Good stick from O'Rourke. Keep the puck in the zone. Houston ties him up. That's going to be a hooking penalty. And a 2-minute minor going against Viator, but probably a smart penalty as O'Rourke was skating into the slot, really had no obstruction, was going to have a wide open shot on Petreka. So as far as advised penalties go there, Ben, not the most ill-advised.
Definitely not the most ill-advised. Try to not get your stick up there in his armpit. But once again, Viator's going to need a big kill here. You don't want to give Green momentum, so we'll see what they can do here.
And just like before, Houston, another key piece of that penalty kill, the other defenseman that often plays that number one unit. So first penalty kill, they were down Giroux. Now they're going to be down Houston. Comes back to Syverson. He winds up, gets a deflection, and Petreka doing an outstanding job. We had a good view of that right from our broadcast point. That got deflected right about the bottom of the circle. Petreka, good position, and keeps it out.
Yeah, it's a great save there. Nice deflection right in the slot.
Face-off draw is Buddington getting the opportunity here on the power play opposite Canetta. Canetta wins it. Giroux looking to fire that puck. He gets checked off by Liffendahl. Gets dragged down to the ice. Viator looking for a penalty. Not going to get one. Syverson to Buddington. Gallagher skating up the slot. Didn't give him the puck. Instead back to the point. Kyle McCarthy drops down below. Ryan Gallagher. Chiappetta trying to dig the puck out. Eventually comes out to Canetta, but he's not able to clear the puck. He loses his stick. So Viator down a man and now a stick. Not able to get it back yet is Canetta. Battle in behind. Canetta keeping an eye when he can go try to get that stick cross ice. Gets over the stick of Syverson. And what a play by Canetta. Kick save and a beauty as he had no stick and just stuck his skate out. Eventually it was a loose goalpost behind him, but that puck would have gotten out of the offensive zone. What an effort there by Canetta.
That's great. That's a championship effort right there. And those are the kind of plays that can really get your team going and help save games. So really nice play there by him.
Already down a man, then down an extra player with us out of stick. Was a precarious spot there for Viator, able to get out of it and force a face-off draw with a minute left on the power play. Backdoor shot blocked in front. Or else Trevian had a wide open net. Petreka resets in net. 55 to go here on the power play. Back up top, Dolby. Dolby winds up, fakes. Instead spins it across ice, Akri. Now Zelazny. Back to Akri, top of the circle. Drops down Zelazny. Into the slot. Here's Kane. He shoots, he scores! John Kane gets the first score of the game, and it's 1-0 New Trier. We talked about it. You give New Trier several first period power play opportunities, Ben, and they cashed in on that one. John Kane waiting in the slot buries it.
Yep, that's going to happen. I mean, leaving a guy wide open in the slot, especially in a power play, is usually not going to work out too well for you. Really nice pass by Zelazny there. Good goal. Give Green the 1-0 lead. But now it's most important for Viator to push back here, so we'll see what they're really made of.
So we know it was John Kane with the goal. We'll try to corral the assist between periods. Regardless, it's 1-0 New Trier. There's 6:20 to go here in the first. On comes Dolby, gives way to Graham Paul, just missing his stick. Skating for this puck is Nobregas and Mueller. They collide. Here's a backhanded opportunity. Canetta whacks at the puck, still loose side of the net. Watt quickly retreats, getting absolutely hammered. That's going to be a penalty going against New Trier as Mueller got hammered from behind. And so Viator will get their first opportunity on the power play.
What more better way to gain momentum than to get a power play?
No doubt about it. Is battling in behind, creating that entire opportunity was Braden Mueller. Eventually worked so hard, frustrated. Ryan O'Rourke took a shot up high, and he got a 2-minute minor, putting his team behind the 8 ball here. Wagner will take the offensive zone draw for Viator. He can't win it. Syverson's going to clear the puck, so big penalty kill draw win for the Trevs. On comes Wagner, the speedy centerman for Viator. Houston looks, missing the stick of Tarusi, and that's going to be icing against Viator. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, GBN Hockey, Carmel Hockey, and Brink Personalized Nutrition. 5:37 left to go here in the first. 1-0 New Trier leading, but Viator on the power play. Their first chance with the extra man. Wagner wins this draw, and Houston will get things started from the back end, handing off to Wagner. Wagner gets held pretty significantly, no call. They'll play on, gets the puck deep. Euler in search of this puck, gets all the way around the boards and back into the Viator end. Already 45 seconds gone on this extra man opportunity for the Lions. Here comes Wagner with speed. He'll toss the puck in right in on Watt. He can't glove it. He'll go into the corner. Puglisi winds up. Can't get the puck out. Puck ends up underneath him as he went down to the ice. Wagner side of the net. Euler and Wagner a little bit too close on the power play there. Now pinned behind. So Lasney and Nolan trying to dig it out. Eventually comes out being ridden down to the ice. Gurn with a great job knocking that puck down, keeping it in the offensive zone with 40 seconds left on the power play. Nolan winds up, and he'll be not able to get that puck out of the zone. Houston with the keep. Cross ice to Tarosian. That pass just out of his wheelhouse, and finally, New Trier able to clear. Now Gorman with speed along the right wing. Drops Chiappetta. Chiappetta skates through a couple of defenders. He'll shoot. Deflected right into the waiting arms of Raymond Hart. He was a step behind. Otherwise, he would have had a prime opportunity. Couldn't get a lot on that shot. Here's Gorman. Gets it in. Backhanded shot. Saved by Watt. Trying to get it out. He scores! From behind the goal line, Raymond Hart, I believe, threw it off the back of Preston Watt. It's 1-1.
Wow. That's a game changer right there. Just get pucks on net, no matter where you're shooting them from, and they can go in. Really big goal for Viator there. Really big goal.
Let's see if we can take a look here on the replay. The puck came in behind, and that's exactly what happened. A heads-up play by Gorman, throwing it off the back of the leg of Preston Watt. And a huge response. I believe it was just after the end of the New Trier penalty, so I don't believe it was technically a power play goal, but I don't know that the fifth player had made it back in the play. So effectively taking advantage of that extra man opportunity is Viator, and with 3:40 left here in the first period, it's 1-1.
See how Green responds here. Next goal is really big, so interested to see who's going to get it here.
Good chip out of the zone, just missing the stick of No Bregas. He's trying to track it down. Icing gets waved as Dolby's got to play that puck before it gets to the end line. St. Viator buzzing here a bit. Missing the stick at Chiappetta, going the length of the ice for Icing, so an offensive zone draw coming for Viator. All of a sudden, St. Viator putting a little bit of pressure on, and these are the moments, if you're St. Viator, whether it's tonight, going into the game Wednesday as well, throughout this series, they're going to have to take advantage of moments when they start to tilt the ice and they get good looks, especially in high-scoring chances. They've got to be able to finish them.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct.
Here's Shore and Callahan waiting back at the point. Another face-off draw win for Viator. Shore will drop it deep. Vituli do dirty work in the corner. He gets crushed against the boards in the corner. Looking for a penalty is St. Viator. They're not going to get one on. Plays New Trier. Vituli and Nolan still tied up behind the play. Certainly could have had a boarding call there. Didn't get one. Now Callahan. Where's that puck deep? Stretch pass. That's going to miss everything. But Petreka has to play it as it was on net. Break for New Trier. Played off the boards. That would have been offsides if anyone from New Trier touched it. So Shore is able to collect. Take a look up ice. They'll just ice that puck. I don't know about that decision. Had some speed and space, now giving New Trier an offensive zone opportunity. Not what you want to do if you're St. Viator.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, he had a lot of space to skate it, or at least hit one of his teammates. Just iced it there. Ill-advised icing.
And those are the little things we talked a little bit about, the little things that as you're playing a team as good as New Trier, giving them an offensive zone opportunity, a draw opportunity when you don't have to, can be killer. We'll see. Definitely. New Trier's able to capitalize with 2:38 left in the first. Wagner out for an important face-off draw. He wins it, gets it to Gurn. Gurn takes a look up ice. A little bit more calm pass there. Nice move by Euler as he makes a nice play around one man. We're going to have a penalty. We're going to have a penalty against New Trier. Euler made a nice move and really created that opportunity for Viator, and they're going to head right back to the power play as Ryan Gallagher going to get 2 minutes for roughing.
Definitely not the best penalty there. He got his elbow up. Really didn't even need to hit him there, but especially getting your elbow up, no need for it. But hey, looks like Viator's going to get in the PP here and see what they could do.
If we talked about it, despite that goal being scored just after, it was a pretty good power play from Viator and Wagner. This critical offensive zone draw. No, excuse me, they're just pointing up at the clock. I thought they were throwing him out of the face-off dot, which would have been a huge disadvantage to Viator. Able to force the puck out. Gurn has to play back in the neutral zone. Houston, Tarusian, Wagner gets it on to Houston. Houston will toss the puck into the corner, give Euler a chance on the forecheck, try to dig it out, sustain some offensive zone pressure. Wagner gets it, swings it back to the point. Houston, he'll shoot wide of the net. Comes to the corner. Gurn pinches in from his defensive spot, holds the puck, plays it on Wagner. Good stick from Syverston, knocked that puck away from Wagner and able to clear. 1:15 left here on the power play, 1:53 in the period. Houston looking. He'll hand off Chiappetta. Chiappetta with some speed and space. He'll go around one New Trier defender. He'll shoot just wide of the far post. Giroux's following it up from the point, trying to keep it in. He gambles, he loses. Zelazny breaking out. Here's Trent Caden, shorthanded, trying to create an opportunity. Good stick from Raymond Hart, forcing him off the puck, following it up Zelazny. Backdoor now, Giroux. He gets taken out. And with 45 on the power play, Viator able to settle and start a rush. Good stick from Caden as he's hustled back. He nails Wozniak and Chiappetta with one hit. Nails the two teammates against the boards. 30 seconds left now on the power play. New Trier able to get some fresh bodies on the ice. Gorman takes this puck, but good pressure from Caden. Forces, puck comes out into the slot. Dolby backhanded shot. Huge save, Petreka to keep it 1-1 with 55 seconds left in the first.
Wow, that's a monster save. Less than a minute to go in the period. Really big save by Petreka, especially with the power play.
With the man advantage, giving up a goal there on what was really kind of a crazy bounce out of the corner. Came right to Dolby. I thought maybe Dolby would have taken one more second. He kind of not happy with himself as he comes off the ice. But he probably had a second there to get it to his forehand and get off a little bit more forceful of a shot, a little more accurate of a shot. Instead, quickly took a backhanded shot. Still a great save by Petreka. Now comes Mueller with 5 seconds left. Great play by Charlie Ware to knock that puck out of midair. Waste the rest of the power play for Viator. So 35 seconds left. We're back to full strength hockey. Gurn in the corner. Good about face by him, creating some space, gets it on to Mueller. Mueller skates through. We're going to have interference on Nobregas as he basically set a pick like he was on the basketball court. As Mueller came up the ice, and Nobregas will take the walk of shame here to the penalty box.
Definitely not the best penalty.
Just trying to create, unfortunately, creating a little too much contact now. Putting New Trier back on the power play.
Yeah, I mean, anytime a guy goes down like that and they're going to get an odd man break, the ref almost has to call it. So
seemed too good to be true for them to have that much space in the middle of the ice.
Exactly, yeah. So less than a minute left, taking a penalty. Another big kill for Viator. So
Viator, focus here. Get out of this period. Start here. Get out of this period 1-1. John Kane immediately with some pressure. Cross ice. Puck comes loose to Zelazny. Drops to Dolby. Back to Zelazny. Broken free. Euler going to come away with it with 8 seconds. At the very least, looks like he'll be able to waste the rest of the period on this power play. If not, have an offensive zone opportunity. 2 seconds left, and that will be the end of the first period. So after 1-1 our score here from North Shore Ice Arena. Ben, both teams really a balanced game, I'd say, so far. Obviously, the extra penalty going the way of New Trier and getting that power play goal, but pretty balanced ice at this point.
Yeah, no, definitely a great game. That's what you look to in a championship series. Really physical, really high pace, fast speed. So we'll see what period 2 brings us, but pretty even game so far. Really good to watch.
We've seen a lot this season with New Trier, and we talk about, Ben, their depth, right? They're able to throw 4 lines at you that are really, I mean, their fourth line is good as most teams' first lines in the entire state. And so it's really start into that second period when you see a lot of times New Trier takes off. We saw it the other night against Loyola, as Loyola really hung in there in games 1 and 2 in the first and even parts of the second period, but when that depth starts to take over for New Trier, it's very hard to defend against.
Yeah, very nicely said. Especially as the game gets later in the periods, depth is just so important. No matter how good some of your top lines are, you can't have them out there the entire game. Coaches really look to match too. And so, for Green, the fact that Coach Melton can put out guys, not having to worry about matching is something really important. So we'll see how, especially with the physicality, the wear and tear, it really comes into play.
So able to kill off that first 23 seconds of the power play was Viator at the end of the period. Going into a fresh period here, going to be important. We'll take a quick timeout, step aside, catch our breath, come back with second period action in just a moment on your home for SHL Hockey YouTube Live. Back live with second period action alongside Ben Stein. I am Max Anderson. Ben joining us up here in the broadcast booth. A little bit of different perspective for you to hear tonight. Normally behind the GBN bench, of course, GBN assistant coach. But joining us here is our color analyst tonight. We appreciate his help as we're going to have a whistle, a huge break there for Viator as the helmet of Max Zelazny came loose, and they were well set up, but Akri had the puck far side when that whistle blew. A huge break for Viator.
Yeah, especially with the face-off coming outside. Really big break for Viator there.
So we appreciate Ben joining us. We expect to have Taylor back Wednesday night as Ben gets his team ready for state. You guys have your first game coming up on Saturday, I believe.
It's going to be Sunday.
Or Sunday,
March
excuse
1st.
me. Here's a shot. He scores! John Babnick scores the power play goal, burying the wrister over the glove of Petrarca, and it's 2-1 New Trier.
Beautiful shot there. Beat him right over the glove, top corner. Really nice shot. Really good job to capitalize on the power play there.
Saw it come loose through the slot. Chiappetta couldn't get his stick in the way. Babnick skating right, shooting right, and beating Petrarca. High glove just 30 seconds into the period. And now both goals for New Trier coming on the power play. And that's just the recipe for disaster for St. Viator. That's where they had to stay away from. And so far tonight, it's killing them.
Yeah. If you're going to give someone, shot in the slot, especially a kid like Babnick, he's more than likely going to bury. Nothing Petrarca can do about that shot there.
Talk about Babnick. Second leading point getter for this New Trier team, coming right back. Akri, he makes a nice move around one defender. Trying to get the puck out in front. Now a scramble. Viator able to fall on it, but Babnick in the regular season, 35 points in SHL play, led New Trier with 22 goals. So dangerous player, and as we discussed before the game, only a junior and coming back for another season next year, regardless of what happens the rest of the way here.
Yeah, he's a great player. Him and Akri, both juniors, I believe. Really good duo for Green. 97 and 86 points. That's a lot of points, especially for juniors. So both really good hockey players.
Buddington wins this offensive zone draw, and just like we started to say, Viator felt like they were pushing back on New Trier the last minute or two of the first period, and the first minute of the second period have been all in the St. Viator zone. New Trier starting to establish some of that dominance we've seen all season. The second period really been key, and so far playing out here tonight. Rink wide, here's Liffendahl. He's got some space, he looks, he drops. Buddington into the slot. Puglisi couldn't play the puck on, but Buddington able to keep it in, at least for the moment. Houston looking up ice. And New Trier are going to be able to play on. No Bregas back in support. We'll scoop this puck out. Missing Mueller, won't go far enough for icing. On comes Gallagher. He gives rink wide Buddington back to Gallagher. He shoots, just missing the near post. Following it up, Calvin McCarthy. Hackett lets that puck go, but spins around to Mueller, looks up ice. He's got some time. He'll gamble, and that's a bad decision. Puck comes to Hackett. He'll shoot, stick to side by Petrarca. Now Caden carries on. Houston checks him. Hackett below the goal line, drops it Caden. Hackett looks back to the point. Syverson, he'll shoot. Was looking for a deflection, didn't get one. Went clean all the way through. Viator going to clear it. Comes out to Mueller. He's got Syverson a little bit twisted up. He gets taken down as he goes for the puck. No penalty. Viator.
So they really need to manage that. Start getting some shots on Watt and see if they can vary.
It's going to be difficult too. Viator, a lot of times what you see New Trier do is they'll create on the forecheck. DeRose takes the check but pokes the puck out. Deflected. Big save. Petreka. Dolby with the hot shot. It was Ware that got a stick in the way. A good redirection, but Petreka in good position keeping it out of net.
Great save. Really big save for Viator. He got a really clean deflection right in the slot. Petreka was able to slide over and make a really nice save to help his team out.
And those are the type of deflections, too, you don't really have time to react to. That's all about positioning and really technique in that sense.
Yep. Great job by Petreka there.
Here's Buddington. Buddington getting some important face-off draws here tonight. Not often looked at one of those as one of those top centermen. Usually you think of guys like Akri, but getting some offensive zone chances here tonight. Terosian skates through a couple of defenders. He'll wind up, he'll shoot. Watt, a little bit of trouble getting that puck through, but able to fight it off into the corner. Gallagher able to sweep it out into the neutral zone. Jarose will just toss this in deep. Mueller, Wagner, and Terosian all heading in on the forecheck. Able to get it pretty cleanly out. Knocking him down from behind was Euler, no call. Good play off the boards, Buddington, but DeRose right there to sweep it away from danger and toss it out of the zone, missing the stick. Syverson not going long enough for an icing. Wagner tossing that puck in behind Watt. Big wind up, Chiappetta able to keep that puck in. Terosian now below the goal is Euler with some space, trying to get back to the point. Chiappetta just kind of uses his body to shield and keep that puck in. Wagner shoots, blocked in front. Terosian could have been called for a hooking there. Maybe lucky he didn't. He rides a man down to the ice, no call. Terosian, a couple of questionable hits there. Gets away with it. Gallagher shoots. Good shot. Puck just waiting for Akri. He tries to toss it around Chiappetta. DeRose able to clear out. Missing his man. On to Babnick. Sweeping it out is Chiappetta onto Hart. Hart just kind of throwing the puck away, and I think I know what the confusion was there. Someone was yelling middle, middle, and I think that's what Hart. And he skates back to the bench, kind of looking at his team like he heard someone yell middle, middle. That's exactly where he tossed the puck, but there was no one. And he still kind of.
Yeah, that was someone from his bench, too. That was not from Green's bench. Someone was yelling middle, but there was no one even close to the middle.
So he had a pretty extended conversation with his bench there. What are you telling me to do here? And now we have a stoppage. I think we might have a clock problem. Conversation going on right now between the officials and the timekeeper. There is 13:58 on the first period, which is, I believe it's been 13:58 for a little bit of time now, so my guess would be the clock didn't start. Chad Bidwell, assistant coach for New Trier, yelling at his home scorekeeper, get it together. It's like, we got it together on the ice. It's 2-1. Get the clock together. Didn't have the clock for the last minute and a half, according to the referee. So 13:58 on the clock. I'm not sure how they're going to rectify that.
There you go, they got it.
Oh, they're just able to change the clock. Chance out in front. Hart shoots. Puck still loose. Somehow, Watt keeps that out of the goal to keep it 2-1. Preston Watt sprawled out.
Really big save there, but that's what Viator needs to do. Just get pucks on net, pitch your sticks on the ice, and go hard to the net.
Gorman gets it across to Hart, who had the entire top half of the goal open, just couldn't get the puck up. Viator that close to tying this game up. A huge missed opportunity from Gorman. Now on comes New Trier. That puck too far, and that'll go for an icing. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, GBN Hockey, Carmel Hockey, and Brink Personalized Nutrition. We thank all our outstanding sponsors here on the SHL Network. We've brought, I think this is our 5th SHL playoff game in the last 2 weeks. We've been working overtime here at the SHL Network, bringing you as many of these games as possible. We get such great feedback. We appreciate every single comment, tweet, email. We certainly appreciate it. Here's Wozniak. Watt having to stick that toe out and corral the puck, and Hart and Caden get into it after the play. We'll keep an eye out, see if we get any penalties here. Again, if you're St. Viator, don't take a silly penalty. They already took one. It cost them earlier in the game. Down 2-1 against the number 1 team in the state. Just have to play a little bit tighter, a little bit more cautious in situations like that.
Yeah, Nutria taking exception to Hart spraying Watt over there. No harm, no foul, protecting your goalie.
And good to see the officials seeing it the same way, not giving up. Dolby not happy with the play as well. Seen him have frustrated a couple times. That hit comes up high on Euler, no call. Carefully doesn't get a cross check as he throws Syverston into the board. Should have been a cross check. Now a chance out in front. Fortunate bounce here for Chiappetta. He'll shoot, deflected in front. Euler can't get a shot. Does get a sharp angle shot off. Eventually, here's Giroux keeping it in. Viator, some of their best 5-on-5 action here. Euler gave a pretty vicious cross check to Magnus Syverston as he was down on the ice. And the Trier bench livid with the officials not getting the cross check they wanted. And St. Viator crowd showing some appreciation for the effort there on that shift. One of the best 5-on-5 shifts for St. Viator.
Definitely, really big shift for Viator. Had Green back on their heels a little bit, running around the zone. Really good zone time. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going and build off of it.
Face-off draw here. Canetta trying to win it. He'll try to win it through brute force. Not able to. Tyler Nolan winds up. He's able to force the puck out. Houston a little bit too far out of the zone. Couldn't keep the puck. So Tree able to reset here. Stretch pass out of the reach of Charlie Ockery. That'll be icing. So huge break there for Viators. They'll get a redo on that offensive zone draw opportunity.
Yeah, it looks like Green's trying to fly a guy there and hit him in the neutral zone. I'll be interested to see if they keep doing that.
Waiting for him at the blue line was Houston, so not getting too far away. Certainly trying to spring something loose, and New Trier feeling like if they can get that next goal, they can really step on the throat of Viator. You get the feeling that whoever scores that next goal is going to tell you a lot about the way this game is going to go. Viator's putting some pressure on here, hoping it's them. They've had their chances to tie this game up, haven't been able to yet. Here's Euler. Has Gurn waiting, instead drops Wagner, who plays on Tarusian, winding up, sending that out of the zone. A good stick by Babnick to make sure it got out of his zone. Gurn with a really nonchalant flip of the puck. Now an offensive zone 2-on-1 opportunity. Cross ice, back door. Kane, maybe one pass too many. Ackery wasn't expecting it.
Really nice look there.
Love the unselfishness, but I think Ackery thought Kane was going to shoot and he was going in for the rebound. Sometimes you can be a little too unselfish. That might have been the case there from John Kane. Wagner checking Syverston down. Look at Wagner getting the puck out. No Bregas. He'll shoot. Can't get much on that shot, but Magnus Syverston, one of the bigger, stronger players in the league, and Wagner going into the corner, knocking him down. Just shows you the toughness of that man. The center, the captain for this St. Viator team. No Bregas putting pressure on Dolby. Able to get the puck on Syverston. And full sail changes here. Canena with some pressure. Again, Viator, it's the second or third time they've had pucks come back to the point and not had their defenseman playing up high enough. Ackery goes around Gurn. Gurn able to just get enough of him to let him get a shot off as Dolby, a big shoulder into Nobregas. No call. Dolby skates around one man, skates into the offensive zone, drops O'Rourke, but Canena there, can't clear it. Here's a shot. We're going to have a penalty, and it's going to go against Mueller, and he is disgusted with the call. There's a collision in the middle of the ice. See if we'll get a look at it. We will. Jimmy Olsen, great replay you see, and probably the right call as Mueller really put his shoulder in the neutral zone. Could have been interference as well. Take your pick at the call, but right back on the penalty kill, and this is just not the way Viator can play. They can't afford these types of penalties putting New Trier right back on the power play.
Definitely. We talked about it before the game. Got to stay out of the box against these guys.
An offensive zone draw win for Puglisi. He swings the puck wide. Tyler Nolan drops it below the circle. Across Puglisi. No hot pass. Good stick from Wozniak. He had Liffendahl waiting back door. Nolan again. Puglisi. He looks, winds up, shoots. Puck loose in front. Throwing that puck out. They're going to wave the hand pass and play on. Liffendahl in behind Buddington. Chiappetta getting the puck back to the point. Nolan. Buddington, far side half boards, back to the point. Nolan, he'll take a shot, gets a deflection, and deflects wide of the net. Winding up was Giroux to try to clear that puck. Finally able to. Minute 9 left here on the second period power play for New Trier. Fourth power play opportunity. New Trier 2 of 3 on their first 3 on 2. Zelazny gets on Babnick, backdoor scores! John Kane with his second goal of the game. And it's 3-1 New Trier, and the power play again proving fruitful for New Trier. They're now 3 of 4 on that man advantage.
Really nice play there. Really all starts with the breakout pass from Pugliese. Easy breakout, easy entry, and tic-tac-toe in the back of the net.
Your Viator feeling a little bit like frustrated. I mean, 5-on-5 hockey, it's a 0-0 game. If they can stay out of the box, they've been competing well. But on this power play for New Trier, they continue to capitalize, and it's really haunting Viator.
Definitely.
Wagner going to try to get his team re-engaged in this game. Try to avoid that dispiriting feeling you can get when you're playing New Trier, Ben. It can feel like a freight train coming downhill a lot of times. Tarusian, rink wide, Wagner. He gets steered off the puck, but good strength to play on. Can't get the puck cross ice to Euler. New Trier able to clear, icing waved. Euler plays on to Gurn. Makes a nice play around one defender. Gets it on to Tarusian, eventually to Wagner. Wagner now gives way Gurn. His soft pass not able to get to where it needed to go. Wagner tries to play it deep, not able to. Puck eventually reaching the back wall, but swept immediately by Syverson. Up ice O'Rourke. Rink wide, here's Hackett with some space. He shoots, fought off Petreka. Keeping his team in the game with 7:33 left here in the second period.
Yeah, Viator really just needs to stick with it here. Don't hang your heads. It's a 3-1 hockey game. You need the next goal here, but you can't be hanging your heads, feeling sorry for yourself. Just push back here and see what you can do.
Talked about that's where things can really tumble, right? With this New Trier team, so much scoring power on every line. After a goal, maybe they'll throw out their fourth line, which for some teams you don't really expect to get scoring out of, but New Trier gets scoring out of their fourth line.
Yep, very, very big advantage for them. All 4 lines play really good hockey.
On comes Gorman, plays on Wozniak, gets the puck in deep. Simon Chong gets hit hard behind. No call, could have been boarding. Can't believe it wasn't. Look at Ben's look on his face, pretty stunned that they didn't get a penalty as well. And finally now we're going to get something here behind the play, as I believe it was a New Trier player that took some liberties. It was Charlie Ware that took a shot at a Viator player, and he can't quite make out the numbers. It's right here underneath us. See if we get a replay. We do. Just out of frame here, as it's right below the wooden border. Can't make out a number yet.
I'd be interested to see if they're going to give him a 5 here. He's down and injured, but a 5-minute penalty could be in play.
Trying to make out a number. Oh, looks like it's 80. It's Raymond Hart. He went down a couple of nights ago in the Stevenson game, missed a few shifts. Got ridden into the boards, and we'll await what the officials now decide. 2 and a 10 is going to go against Charlie Ware for the hit, and Raymond Hart coming up gingerly would be one way to put it. Certainly doesn't look both teams frantically getting instructions here for this power play, and a big moment for St. Viator. Got to find a way to capitalize. Their first goal came right at the end of a power play.
Definitely doesn't help losing Hart here. Big guy in the power play for them.
One here, Tarosian dives, just sending that puck wide of the net. New Trier able to clear. 7 minutes to go here in the second period. Chiappetta now with the puck. He'll look, try to go around one man. Turned off the puck by Dolby. Cleared by New Trier. Chiappetta gets checked off the puck, and again, cleared by the Trevians. So nothing going so far in the first 30 seconds of this power play. John DeRose leaves for Wagner. He'll lead up the rush. Wagner gets turned off the puck. Chiappetta gets it. He'll fire high. This puck coming loose in the slot as Watt very nearly set up an opportunity for a scoring chance for Viator. DeRose back up top. He'll shoot into the belly of Preston Watt.
Really good job by Dolby there to clear U-Haul away from the net. Let Preston see that shot and let it go right in his gut.
As we get a little clock rolling, officials are going to come set that straight. Of course, we wouldn't assume anything nefarious here on the home ice of the New Trier Trevians. But certainly the illusion coming from the St. Viator side, not happy with about, looks like 10 seconds of clock rolling off.
Pretty convenient.
Especially on the power play for them. We'll see if that gets, some time gets added back on. Sometimes in these cases they just tell them to wait about 5 seconds. Looks like that's the case. This clock's still not rolling. They're going to wait a few seconds, and then the clock will roll. A lot of officials here in the stands tonight wanting to tell these officials and then clock operators how to do their job. This puck coming up towards us into the...
I have no idea what's going on here, but
they're having some serious clock issues throughout the game. And I won't say the parent name, I do know him. New Trier operating the clock, getting it from all angles here, just asking everybody to trust him. He's not doing it on purpose.
The refs told him to hold the clock, therefore they held the clock. So, doing their job there.
Tensions high here in the SHL final. Game 1 here from North Shore Ice Arena. Ben Stein alongside me and Max Anderson. All the live game action here on your home for SHL Network Hockey YouTube Live.
Good to see Hart back on the ice.
Yeah, he was down there, and Gurn goes down. That's going to be tripping, and a 5-on-3 opportunity coming for Viator. So unclear how much exact 5-on-3 time they'll get. I believe they're keeping the power play clock separately. So we're not, I think it'll be about 30 seconds of 5-on-3 because there's something going on with the power play clock. It is a crowded New Trier penalty box at the moment as Magnus Syverston joins the group. Five-on-3 opportunity. Wagner gets the all-important draw for St. Viator. Able to win it are the Lions. Chiappetta skates, looks, opts not to shoot, drops to Rose. Cross ice to Rosian. He'll look, he'll shoot, deflected in front, never got through. Chiappetta winds, shoots, deflects, never gets through. Rose shoots, scores! And it's 3-2, New Trier lead. Not sure what the commotion is behind. I think they're saying puck might have been kicked in. Certainly, I looked like it was steered in by a stick. We'll see if we can get a replay of this. Let's see, Jimmy queuing up a replay here. Here's the shot from Giroux. It sure looks like the stick. Oh, could be a penalty after there as well, as Tyler Nolan absolutely cleaned the clock here.
They might be giving him a penalty after that hit after the play.
New Trier bench furious. So a little bit of confusion here. New Trier bench absolutely furious.
So was that on the 5-on-3 or 5-on-4?
It must have been on the 5-on-4 as we're back to even strength hockey. Break for New Trier, frankly. No matter what, Viator with the critical goal to get back in this game, 3-2 with 5 minutes to go.
Viator parents going insane thinking it's still 5-on-4.
Viator fans are going nuts right now. They don't really realize the issues with the clock. I believe we've gotten it correct here in terms of the math, the technology failing us here. Zelazny carries the puck in, comes loose. Tarusian not able to clear. Kyle McCarthy follows. He'll shoot deflected. Giroux kicks that to the corner. So the most hated man in the building right now, the clock operator, is everybody's enemy. Some Viator fans certainly feeling like some home cooking. Here's Wagner. Skates. That's Euler clear. Takes the shot. Tarusian couldn't handle that backdoor opportunity. Puck thrown in on Watt. Wagner's side of the net tries to get it up in front, and kicking the goal off its net, or off its post rather, is Watt. Wagner with a couple words for him on the way by. This game picking up in intensity here late in the second period.
Definitely, it's getting a little chippy here, but that's to come as expected in a championship, especially with a series. You'd like to see it. These kids are trying to win a championship out here. They want to get the trophy, and it starts with game one. So
3:49 left here in the first period, 3-2 New Trier, and we should add New Trier beat a lot of really good teams by wide margins this year. I mean, you saw Stevenson, who's going to be a top 7 seed in the state playoffs, beat them 9-0 one game, and they beat a lot of really good teams, high scoring. Not the St. Viator team. 2-1 win one game, a 5-2 win, a 4-3 win, and a 5-1 win. So Viator really has hung with this New Trier team in their matchups this year. Certainly have the skill to do it. It's whether they can sustain that depth up and down the roster.
Yep, I think if they just keep the forecheck going, they can keep this game close and maybe get the next goal and tie it up here. But that's the biggest key, is they're getting a really good forecheck, frustrating the New Trier defense.
In every post whistle now, there's some kind of confrontation. These two teams, the intensity ratcheting up here late in the second period, and if you don't think these two teams want that SHL trophy, obviously the Blackhawk Cup with its prestige and being played at the United Center, big deal, but certainly in terms of competition, you win the SHL League playoffs, that's a big deal. It's not just a one-game elimination, you got to win 2 games, so a lot of pressure here and a lot of opportunity. Gorman backdoor scores! And it's a tie game with 3:13 left in the second period. Strap it in, folks. St. Viator's not going anywhere. They've scored 2 unanswered in the last couple of minutes.
Wow, let's go to the net. It looked like it might have just deflected off a body part. I'm not sure, but go to the net and good things will happen. We got ourselves a game here, 3-3.
Look. Maybe Jimmy can back it up just a little bit more. Getting a chance at Gorman. Looks like he played it off his chest to his stick and knocked it into the back of the net. But with 3 minutes to go here in the second period, a 3-3 game. Giroux plays this puck up, gets a nice bounce to clear that puck. We're going to have a penalty in behind the play. I think they're both going to go behind the play from this penalty. The linesman coming in to restore order as well.
Liffendahl got the original
Spencer
penalty.
Liffendahl, no stranger to the penalty box. Has his fair share of penalty minutes here on the season. I think they're both going to go, though. John DeRose might get his second penalty of the game as well.
Not a good play by DeRose. They were about to go on the power play after just scoring the tying goal, and he trips Liffendahl. Oh, and he's got a 10, looks like.
So now we'll again try to see if we can get this clock to cooperate. And the chirping starting to happen between the two benches as well. Some of the comments coming from both benches not appropriate for error as well. These two teams not happy with the game, the way this game's being officiated at the moment.
Well, it looks like they gave him actually an extra 2. They didn't give him misconduct. They gave him an extra 2. So it looks like Viator is going to be on the power play here.
So we'll try to sort it out here. It's definitely going to be 16. Spencer Liffendahl down in the box. John DeRose in the box as well. But so 2 minors against New Trier, a double minor. Some more discussion between the linesman and the referee.
Oh, I could be wrong. Maybe they did ding him with a 10-minute misconduct.
You're right. Ryan Gallagher's going to join him in the box. So it is a 2 and a 10 against Spencer Liffendahl. Tyler Nolan sending that puck in deep. So big 2-minute opportunity here at the end of the second period for Viator. Put a pin in this one. The outcome here being critical if Viator can find another power play goal. Now Raymond Hart leading this rush. 1.5 minutes left on the power play. He gets the puck on Euler. Euler gets checked off. Pugliese tries to clear it. Kept in by Tarusian. Euler now below the goal. Gets it on Wagner. Wagner looks. He'll shoot high and well over the crossbar. Chiappetta not able to keep the puck in. 1:05 left here. Extra man for St. Viator. Tarusian tosses in Euler. Nice play by him, knocking that puck down. He'll carry it in along the far side boards, get checked, but gets the puck to Tarusian. Tarusian in tight, looking for some help. He'll drop it behind him. Euler trying to get a little give and go to Tarusian in the slot, but a good stick by New Trier not to let it get through. Trying to get the puck to Chiappetta. Instead it falls to Wagner. Wagner looks, he'll shoot. Well over the crossbar again. Chiappetta able to keep it in with 35 on the power play. Back up top, Euler. He shoots, blocked in front. Raymond Hart, top of the circle. Drops Tarusian. Tarusian goes behind the net. Now Wagner. Good power play here from Viator. Chiappetta, he'll shoot. Had some space, and I think it was Pugliese that probably saved the goal. Watt didn't see that puck. There was some opening in top left corner. Oh boy, here comes Zelazny. Zelazny all alone. Good back check by Hart, and a penalty gonna go against St. Viator. And a penalty shot to come. Now, I don't know about that, Ben. It looked like Raymond Hart caught up to him.
I thought that was a great play there, honestly.
I thought it just looked like a stick lift to me.
Definitely.
Let's see if we can see a replay here.
I don't know about that.
Zelazny had all the way from center ice in. I mean, from our angle, I mean, the referee had the opposite angle we did. He called, I believe, a slash. And even so, very surprised he called a penalty or a penalty shot.
Very interesting call. I mean, it looked like he just got inside advantage, but apparently not. This is pretty exciting here.
A huge moment here. Zelazny creating the opportunity, shorthanded, regardless of the outcome of this penalty shot. 4 seconds of power play time will remain. But 13 in green getting a huge opportunity here. Takes the puck, skates wide left. Petreka comes out to challenge. Zelazny, backhand, big save. Petreka keeps the game 3-3. So face-off draw now. And Zelazny couldn't get that one on net. Petrarca came out and challenged. Nice play.
Really big play by Petrarca. That got the Viator section going over there. Could have been a huge change of events, but 4 seconds of power play time for Viator.
So they'll just look to win this power play and reset 5-on-5. Minute 5 left in the second period. High drama here in game 1. Ockery going to take this offensive zone opportunity. The linesman a little bit in the way, ends up helping New Trier a little bit. Out of the box comes Gallagher. Babnick joins the play for the Trevians. Kern looks up ice, makes a nice play, but bad handle there from Wozniak. Keeps the puck in for New Trier. Kane gets the puck. Looking, he drops Syverston, skates in, tries to skate across. Good stick from Wozniak. Able to clear out. Getting taken down is Mueller. No call. Gorman able to collect. Big hit as Wozniak gets taken down. No call. St. Viator wanted one. Bodies flying all over the ice here the last 25 seconds of the period. And the puck flying out of the playing surface.
Ooh, puck's going to be inside the zone too.
So an offensive zone draw coming for New Trier.
Really big draw here. I assume they're going to put out their best to face off guys. This is really important. Less than 20 seconds.
Really
left.
a critical moment here for St. Viator. The underdog coming in, down 3-1, fought back, tied the game. They've got to find a way to go into that ice clean, that second period break with a tie game.
Definitely, and like I said, this draw is really important here. Looks like Wagner is going to take it.
One would think their best face-off man in this critical spot. Opposite him is Kane, and he wins it but not able to clear it. This puck off the stick of Hart, so it'll stay in the zone as that puck ricocheted up into the netting with 14.8 left in the period.
Yep, another big draw here. They did a good job of winning it, but they gave it right back to Green. So got to be better than that, especially with 14 seconds left in the period.
Got to find a clean exit here. Dolby waiting back at the near side point over here. Simon Chong waiting behind the face-off on the far side. Get it back to either one of them. Could be dangerous for New Trier. Stalemate there, eventually possession taken by Ockery. That puck just missing his stick. Off the crossbar, Dolby. That's his second crossbar. Here's another shot wide of the net. 5 seconds ago, Dolby winds up, shoots into the belly of Petrarca. Dolby just can't find one.
He's beside himself. 2 unbelievable shots, and they go crossbar and out.
So New Trier is going to pull Preston Watt here with 1.7 on this offensive zone opportunity. New Trier making the calculation. That would basically physically impossible in that amount of time to get the puck to their net, so they'll throw in an extra attacker. I'm sure Ockery going to be aggressive on this draw, try to go straight towards net. Clock didn't start, but that will be the end of the period as St. Viator fans we're hoping that might count. What a game we've had so far here tonight, Ben. 3-3, and just the way St. Viator fought back in that second period, incredibly impressive.
That's awesome. Like I said, they can't hang their heads. They just got to worry about what they can control, and that's just taking care of the game. Coming back from down 3-1 against a team like New Trier, big accomplishment, but they know they're not done yet. Got to keep your eyes on the prize and get the next goal.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Third period action coming your way in just a couple of moments right here on your home for SHL Network Hockey YouTube Live. Back live from North Shore Ice Arena, third period action just around the corner. It's a 3-3 game after 2 periods. It's a chaotic last 7 or 8 minutes that second period, but it was Viator down 3-1 midway through the second period, fighting back, getting it to a tie game. And we have a very interesting third period coming up alongside Ben Stein. I'm Max Anderson, live from Northbrook. Ben, the response from Viator, you can't say enough about it. Backs against the wall against number 1 team in the state, and they responded.
That's playoffs right there for you. You know, you can never feel bad for yourself. You're never out of a game. 3-1 in the second period. Pop one in, and you pop another one in, and it's a tie game. So it's going to be an awesome third period. First off, it's been really cool to call this with you, so appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us, obviously. Filling in, Ben bringing his expertise as assistant coach from Glenbrook North, fellow SHL school. Of course, getting ready, his team ready for the state playoffs coming up.
Well, we'll see what the third period brings us here. Definitely still going to be physical. Clearly a little bit of bad blood between these teams, so should be a really good third period. Next goal is obviously humongous, so we'll see who gets it.
The continuously populous New Trier penalty box with 2 guys in it at the moment. Ware and Liffendahl still serving the back ends of their 10-minute misconducts. Ware should come out of there pretty shortly. I believe his penalty was close to the 9-minute mark of the second period. We'll serve a little bit more time. This puck played out by Viator. Euler, one of the goal scorers for Viator. The 2 goal scorers, 2 by Gorman and 1 by Euler. Assists for St. Viator. 1 was unassisted. An assist for John Jarose and an assist for Raymond Hart on the Viator side. We'll get to New Trier here in just a second as McCarthy takes this puck. Shot deflected well wide. Hayden winds up, shoot, sharp angle over the crossbar, rides the rail, able to keep it in as McCarthy. Chipping it on now, Max Alasny. Near side half boards, plays it around John Jarose, who just ill-advised, plays that puck too quickly, gives it away. Here's a shot into the gloves of Petreka, but Jarose, again, we've seen it a couple of times where and another conversation, having major clock issues here tonight. Now Liffendahl getting freed from the penalty box.
I'm not sure what they ended up giving it. It wasn't a 2, and it doesn't look like it was a 10.
I had marked down on my sheet on that play was Liffendahl got a 2 and a 10. I thought that was the announcement.
Okay.
In fact, I wrote a 10 next to the penalty. Maybe that wasn't the case.
Well, looks like he's free, so Green's got Liffendahl back.
Assists so far here tonight for New Trier is Alasny and Acri. Early on, Dolby and Babnick on the second. And Zelazny on the third. Houston trying to force out, taking advantage. Here's Kane. He shoots, fought off by Petreka. A massive save early in this third period. Able to force it out. Gorman creates some space for Wozniak. Babnick back in support. Wozniak trying to get it to Gorman. It's a good job by Simon Chong to get back and avoid a advantageous opportunity for Viator. Played on Kane. Babnick skates wide. He shoots, just missing. Top right shelf. Keeping it in as Dolby. Wozniak able to force it out. Hart trying to shoot up ice. Not able to get to early. You see Viator aggressive up the wings. We'll see if New Trier goes to school on that, trying to take advantage of that, missing the stick of a Viator defenseman for icing. I want to thank our great sponsors here on the SHL Network: CCTY Bearing, OPRF Hockey, Stormy's Tavern and Grill, Cognitive College Advising, GBN Hockey, Carmel Hockey, and Brink Personalized Nutrition. 15-19 left here in the third period. 3-3, game 1 of the SHL final. We've got at least one more of these coming. This puck comes to Buddington. It was the shin of Jarose that might have saved a goal as Petreka was shielded from that shot. Jarose knocking that puck down. Tarusian now trying to get the puck to Euler. On to Wagner. Notice Viator shortening their bench a little bit. Certainly not seeing as much of Vituli, Mueller, Bregas. We've seen a little bit more double shifting here from Viator, really seeing the opportunity here tonight to steal a game. Certainly going for it. Here at the start of the third, Buddington takes the puck in. Leaves for Liffendahl. Good stick from Terusian to knock that puck out of his zone. Euler going to send it in deep. Near side half boards Terusian. Viator able to change. Terusian able to occupy. Viator able to stay in the offensive zone. Canetta, as I mentioned, him gets a chance on the ice here. Houston knocking O'Rourke down to the ice. Mueller and Canetta try to reach the far side. Point keep in, they can't. Gurn now. Having trouble handling the puck. Gets it rink wide. Mueller, he gets thrown to the ice. Tyler Nolan gives him a good shot. Now rink wide. Here's Hackett. Hackett tries to take a sharp angle shot. Whiffs on that. Instead, Nolan waiting back at the point. Gets it. Ships over his stick. Mueller trying to get by. Taking him down to the ice. Viator looking for a penalty. Not going to get it. Crafty play by Nolan to stop that rush as Mueller is very nearly off to the races from center ice in. That's going to be icing. Offensive zone draw coming for Viator.
They'll be very animated on the bench. I'm not sure what he's saying to his teammates, but I think he's telling them to pick it up. Interesting to see how that plays out.
He's been emotional all game. He's hit a couple of crossbars. It's felt like he's missed some opportunities. And you've seen pretty consistently here tonight from him. A lot of emotion here in game one.
Definitely. I mean, he's an emotional player, really good hockey player, cares a lot about the game. So
SHL Player of the Year, first team All SHL. Of course, All-State member, just one of the best defensemen here in the state. Trying to lead his team to a game one victory. St. Viator putting up a heck of a fight, the 3 seed. The visitors in white. Gorman trying to play the puck on. He's able to play past Chong. Gorman, sharp angle, stops, looks, doesn't have any support, just tries to buy time. Chiappetta able to keep it in, on to Hart. Can't hold the puck. And Zelazny plays on to Caden. Just missing the stick of Hackett. Giroux's not able to force that puck out. Hackett with some space. He looks down the slot. Zelazny said drop below the goal. Wozniak going to try to force it out. Dolby coming down from his defensive spot to keep it in. Simon Chong aggressive and calling from the New Trier bench is assistant coach Chad Bidwell telling Chong to back up. Being really aggressive, and just like that, St. Viator able to get the puck past him. Able to support was Dolby, and coming to take a shot was Caden, getting the puck in deep. As Viator, chance out in front, puck loose. Now the goal off its post. I don't think anyone realizes that at the moment. Watt able to go and fix it. Viator with nearly a crucial early third period opportunity. McCarthy gets the puck out of the neutral zone. Gets on to Ockery. Ockery looks, drops to Babnick. Babnick, forehand, backhand. And that shot just missing the far post, and the goal coming off its post. Now, Kane and Ockery really getting into it. You would think some penalty is going to come here.
Got to keep your cool at this point. It's the third period. You don't need to take a dumb penalty and put your team at a disadvantage.
Third period, I would think it's going to be Kane that's going to go. He really started that melee, at least from our vantage point. Babnick kind of tosses his stick against the glass in frustration as he had a chance to go forehand, backhand and get that go-ahead goal. It's Petreka that face-off draw coming outside of the Viator zone, much to the chagrin of the New Trier bench. Thought that draw should have been inside the zone. Somehow we got no penalties out of that skirmish, which kind of glad to see. You don't want to see penalties, but certainly John Kane seemed to do a little bit of roughing after the play. Probably fortunate not to have his team down a man. On to Mueller, he goes off his stick, goes the length of the ice for an icing. That's not what you want. Mueller's got to make contact with that puck right at the red line to avoid that icing. Instead of an offensive zone draw for New Trier.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you catch a break by the draw coming outside, then you take a needless icing, and the puck's coming right back into your zone.
And that's focus right there. Mueller was in range of that puck, just needs to make the slightest bit of contact there to avoid this offensive zone draw. We'll see if it comes back to haunt them. It's little things like that. Viator was doing wrong in the second period and started doing right to get back in this game. There's Babnick from a sharp angle. Petreka squeezes his glove on that puck with 12:01 left in the third. Canetta, face-off draw, able to sweep it back, takes a big whack at that. Nobregas tries to play it out, not able to. Gets it to Acri, he can't handle the puck. Canetta with speed will drop it deep. Mueller heads in on the back door shot, and waiting for it was Mueller, couldn't finish. Another shot, Canetta still loose in the slot. Someone from now Nobregas just tries to kick it towards net, not able to. A huge opportunity for Viator, turned away by New Trier. On comes Kane. He's got the puck knocked off his stick by Chiappetta. Mueller gonna beat Nolan down the ice for that race. Sweeps it into the corner. He gets taken down. The stick of Nolan squeezed in his armpit. Big hit on Giroux. Mueller and Nolan come together. Puck still kind of just sitting by the neutral zone. That's going to be a penalty.
Oh.
And another hit after. Are we going to have a couple of penalties here?
It's looking like it might be a 5-on-3. I mean, that's just needless by, I think it's Kane. Just no need for that. Oh.
So it would have been New Trier on the power play, but a very ill-advised penalty after the play by John Kane, I believe, is going to lead us. Is it going to be 4-on-4? We'll take a look.
Yeah, this is hockey's a physical game, but there's no need for cross-checks from behind after the whistle and stuff like that.
It's just undisciplined in a third period of a championship game. That you usually talk about that. Sometimes in the regular season, you've got feuds brewing up, but most teams lock in once it comes to playoff time, let alone a championship game, let alone a tied game in the third period. You've got guys taking undisciplined after the whistle penalties. It's not something you expect out of really two of the three top-ranked teams in the state. You know, New Trier obviously number 1, Viator number 3. Well, the referee's having a conversation with both captains, trying to get order in this game as we've had some ugly post-whistle.
Viator looks like they're getting a power play here.
As they are going to get a power play. I'm not sure how that exactly shaked out. I think we were going to have coincidentals, and then the hit by Kane well after the play. So I think he got 2 minors in the course of about 5 seconds, and that will not make New Trier head coach Bob Melton very happy. His team now behind the 8 ball. Bueller drags the puck underneath his feet. Syverson pinning a man back against the board, trying to chip it out. Liffendahl bluffs. He'll take a look. Chiappetta, nice job knocking that puck down, saving a little bit of time for Viator. He'll fire that puck off the boards. Back in behind Watt, settled for Kyle McCarthy. Sends it off the boards. Chiappetta kicks it to keep it in the zone, but forced out by Buddington. McCarthy winds up, and Viator gets a break from the linesman. That puck, here comes Wagner. Wagner, he shoots, he scores! And Viator takes a 4-3 lead with 10:22 left in the game.
It's a huge goal. I mean,
a massive break as that clearance attempt by Kyle McCarthy went off the skate of the linesman, and just like that, St. Viator takes a 1-goal lead.
Hey, refs are part of the play too. You know, happened to hit him, but it's an unfortunate bounce. We're in a little bit of uncharted territory.
And he beat Preston Watt 5-hole. Preston Watt not having his strongest game. We've detailed a couple of bad rebounds he's put out right into the slot. Certainly expects more from himself. I'm sure he would tell you he should have stopped that one. There's a nifty play by Wagner, just slid it between the legs. So we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Now New Trier, first shift after this goal, trying to make something happen. Wozniak pulled down to the ice. Looking to see if Hackett would get a penalty. We don't see one. just clearing the puck out, hitting the ceiling above. Now, is this face-off draw going to come back into the St. Viator zone? And that's a very ill-advised play by Houston. He had plenty of room to clear that puck out in a more controlled manner. Instead, this is going to come back into the St. Viator zone. Max Zelazny and Sean Wagner, and a crucial face-off draw here, won by New Trier. Played Trent Caden. He tosses into the corner. He'll give Gallagher a chance to go bang his bodies. Try to create some space. McCarthy, far side point, spins it around behind the goal. Puck tossed off the back of the net of Petreka. Now on comes Caden. Wagner with him the entire way. Euler coming to help. Houston. We're going to have another penalty, and I believe it's going against New Trier. Unbelievable, as St. Viator is going to get another power play opportunity with 9:21 left here in the third period. And the Viator fan base.
So looks like you might be bringing both of them yet again.
I'm not sure what Houston did wrong there. Let's see if we can get a replay from our very own. See what Jimmy was able to capture there. Certainly the call on Caden. I suppose Houston for coming in after the fact. Very weak call, frankly, on Houston to get a penalty there. Kane has had a shuttle back and forth between the penalty box here in the third period. Bad break there, frankly, for Viator. It was a good call on Kane, the the cross check into the boards. Houston just seemed to kind of make contact after the play and got a penalty out of it. And again, I can't remember a championship game with this many really undisciplined penalties.
Really no need for it. Once again, it's costing your team.
So we'll 4-on-4 hockey here, excuse me. No, excuse me, 5-on-5, excuse me. The white jerseys blending in a little bit with the ice. We are 5-on-5. Again, the penalty box is full for both of these teams, as they have been much of the game. Upwards of 10 to 12 penalties, a couple of 10-minute misconducts, but no shortage of whistles. And guys in the box here all night, 8:30 to go. St. Viator trying to pull the upset here in game one. Here's Terusian, block shot by Buddington.
We got a penalty coming up.
And a penalty coming for New Trier. Good eye, Ben. It's going to be, I believe, a hooking behind the play.
Here's New Trier's chance to get back in it. A little bit of uncharted territory. They're probably not too used to, being.
How many times, Ben, do you think they have trailed in an SHL game in the third period? I mean, obviously they had the one loss to Stevenson. Outside of that, I'd be hard-pressed to find many times this season they've trailed in the third period.
For sure less than 5. Like I said, this is their chance to get back into it. A little bit of uncharted territory, but New Trier is a great hockey team. Big chance to capitalize here.
Terusian, the guilty party for Viator. A massive opportunity to try to tie the game. They win the face-off draw. Here's Akri. He drops Dolby. Winds up, shoots. Block shot in front, Canetta. Wozniak trying to dig the puck out, but kept in by Babnick. He just tosses it cross ice. Gives Zelazny a chance. Top of the circle, Akri. Now back up top, Dolby. Back to Akri, side circle. Here's Zelazny, sharp angle. Tries to get it to Kane. Good job by Raymond Hart. Back door to disrupt the pass. Now Akri, cross ice. Babnick, big block shot, Raymond Hart. And that puck goes flying into the netting, and Raymond Hart gets a huge hug from Benny Wozniak. Alec Gurn, the effort there here in this championship game.
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that are just as big as goals, saving goals. Really nice play, but it looks like Green's trying to run Zelazny down low and hit Kane right in the slot like they did for that first goal, so look for that.
Face-off draw won by New Trier. Babnick gives Akri, shoots, just missing the net. And able to clear his Viator. Man, about a third of the net open for Akri. He didn't put it on net. Huge miss there from 91 in green, the leading point getter on the season for New Trier. On comes Kane with speed. He skates with 1:10 left on the power play, trying to get to Akri out in front, just missing his stick. Dolby waiting for the puck. Able to knock it out of the zone is Euler. Back to settle is Dolby. He looks up ice, gets Akri, Plays on Babnick. Jerose loses his footing, doing everything he can to force the puck out. A hand pass to Wagner, doesn't get called, 2-on-1 Viator. Here's Wagner, he shoots, fought off by Watt. A clear hand pass from John Jerose goes ignored. Big advantage there for Viator as that puck comes bouncing into the Viator bench. Ben, you don't see hand passes much clearer than that.
Well, so it actually looked like he might have grabbed it right before it came out of the defensive zone, and you're allowed to do that in your defensive zone. Definitely close, but I think it may have been the right call. I mean, hey, if they scored on that, we could say Green wouldn't have been too happy about that.
They had a 2-on-1 opportunity. It was a good back check from Liffendahl catching up as he really eliminated that 2-on-1 opportunity. As this face-off comes to Nolan. Gorman comes to pressure, drops it below the circle. Liffendahl back up top, Nolan. Nolan across to Puglisi. Puglisi winds up, shoots, gets knocked down in front by Houston. 21 left on the power play. Gurn takes a whack at this one. Houston's going to be able to clear this puck, but doesn't clear it all the way down ice. Mistake there by Houston as New Trier might get one more chance here. Mueller throws that puck in on Watt. Now 6 seconds on the power play. Here comes Puglisi. Rink wide. That's the end of the power play. Tarosian comes out of the box. Gorman gets thrown down. Following it, Liffendahl. Gorman playing on Houston. Pins a man against the boards. 4 bodies come together in a heap right behind Petreka. See if the puck is still free. We'll get a whistle. We won't. Waiting for it back at the point, Puglisi. He gets it. He shoots. Fought off by Petreka. Now bounding in the air in Houston. And we're going to get a penalty, I believe. No, the goal came off its posts. Thought we might get a penalty as Gorman's stick came up pretty high there on Buddington. But with 5:53 left in the third period, it'll be an offensive zone draw for New Trier. And Viator escapes another penalty.
This is fun to watch, man. I mean, I think the refs are actually doing a pretty good job of controlling the game. They don't want to be the reason one of the teams wins. So unless they see something super, super crucial, it looks like they're going to keep the whistles in the pocket.
5-on-5 hockey. Wagner and Ware. Wagner wins this one. Jerose with the puck. He looks up ice. Will just fired off the boards. Ill-advised. No reason for that. And after Wagner works hard to win the face-off, Jerose with plenty of space takes an unnecessary icing.
Yeah, that's just stuff that can't be happening. You can see Coach Benz is not too happy about that. You have plenty of time and space to pick the puck up ice and go ahead and give Green an offensive zone draw. It's just something that can't happen in these types of situations.
Wagner going to take it again. He'll face O'Rourke from New Trier. Wagner wins this one, tries to chip it out of the zone, kept in by Syverson. Chiappetta trying to play it out to Rosian, pressures Syverson. But he does a nice job pitching. Jerose spins it around the boards, kept in by McCarthy. Now O'Rourke behind the net. Chiappetta tries to clear some space. He'll throw that puck off the boards and gets the bounce out of the zone. Euler trying to play it there. Now dumped deep. Ware and O'Rourke on the forecheck. Jerose looks up ice, throws it off the boards. Much more controlled clearance there by Jerose as Tarosian gets taken down. No call from either official. And we play on. Dangerous pass there as O'Rourke very nearly able to pick up that puck and play it on. 2-on-1 for Viator. Wagner skates, he looks, he shoots. Rebound given up from Watt, but no second chance opportunity. You wouldn't know it, but it's been St. Viator that's played several more games and played a game as recently as Thursday. But this Viator team skating with these Trevians who've had 6 days off since their last game. Euler now taken down. Is that going to be interference? No, we don't get a call. Could have easily been. We play on. Now turnovers. Euler gets crushed as he takes the puck near the blue line.
The Viator fans want to call that, but that's a clean hit right there.
Clean hit, no question. I believe it was the interference about 10 seconds before that we should have gotten. But I suppose here in the third period, officials letting him play on. Canetta takes this errant puck. That's the second or third time in the last couple of minutes. New Trier's left an errant puck kind of just sitting in the Viator zone. Viator trying to hop on top of it. Wozniak takes a shot. Watt deflects that one into the corner. On comes Chong. He loses his footing as he clears the puck, but gets it all the way down ice. Hackett. Gurn tries to take the puck away from him. Whacks it against the boards. Finally able to clear it as Wozniak again. Going to take an icing here. They did not need to take. That is a continued trend here in the third period. You give New Trier enough opportunities with offensive zone draws that you don't have to give them. They're going to beat you eventually.
100%. You're better off either putting it off the glass or just flipping into the zone and making New Trier regroup. So another big draw coming up.
Face-off draw to the right of Petreka. Gorman ties it up, trying to push it out of the zone. Dolby able just to keep it in. Zelazny from a sharp angle. Tries to play it out in front, Gorman. Instead, it's to Trent Caden. Now Buddington shoots. Block shot to Rose as that took a piece out of him. He's not feeling too good. Hit him right in the hand. Now forced off the puck. Mueller trying to force the puck out. This shot high and wide. Nobregas has his stick lift as he tries to clear it. Still battling for it along the boards is Nobregas. Finally able to force it out is Gorman. Down comes Mueller. He'll throw the puck in deep. Nobregas in on the forecheck. Viator trying to get some depth here in the last couple of minutes. Taken away Mueller. He'll again toss it in deep. Effective shift there from Mueller and Nobregas. Giving some of their top liners a little bit of break here. 2:45 to go. St. Viator up 4-3. You can really feel the energy, the tension starting to pick up. New Trier really pressing. Viator diving all over the place, trying to clear pucks. Caden's going to try to take an offensive zone, Syverston going to try to make an offensive zone change. They're going to be able to know that puck just coming out of the Viator zone. A huge break for the Lions. New Trier's got to get away from that and play on. Here's Wagner. He'll play on Tarosian. 3-on-2 now for Viator. They can stay organized. 2-on-1 Euler gets across. Wagner just past his stick. And able to clear it is Dolby. That's going to go the length of the ice for an icing, assuming Petreka doesn't touch it. 2:02 left in the third period. St. Viator leading 4-3.
Viator fans are really bringing it tonight, man.
Game 2 we will have right here on the SHL network. Will it be a chance for St. Viator to close things out? We have 2 minutes and 2 seconds aside, and just like that, New Trier going to take their time out. Ben, in situations like this, you're New Trier. What's your setup here?
I mean, I think you first off need to win the draw, and I think just tell your team, get the puck on net and go to the net. It's not, situations like this, goals are not going to be pretty. You're not going to go tic-tac-toe and go bar down. It's going to be a shot on net, go hard to the net, and put the rebound in. So, I mean, you got 2 minutes with a team like New Trier. There's no reason to panic. If you start panicking, you might hold the stick a little tighter and the puck might bounce over your stick. But, play your game. You know you're a good hockey team. You got 2 minutes to get 1 goal. And try to send this thing to overtime or maybe even win a regulation. Meanwhile,
if you're Viator, you've got an offensive zone opportunity here, up a goal with 2 minutes to go. You've got to do everything you can just to keep the puck in New Trier's zone. The longer you can prevent that extra man from getting on the ice, the better off you are.
Absolutely. I mean, another goal for Viator would be huge, but you're really not looking to score here. You're just trying to play good D. You don't want your defenseman pinching too hard. Got to back check.
No taking any serious risks by anybody.
Exactly. Everyone's got to be back checking, got to have good back pressure, but don't do anything different. If you're Viator, you're not parking the bus. You're not saying, hey, we need to hold in this lead. You're saying play the game and, do what we've been doing. We're winning the game right now. It's clearly working. So keep doing what you're doing and for this next 2:02, and you can come out with the W.
2:02 remaining. Viator trying to beat the Trevians on ice in the state of Illinois for only the second time all season. Trier utterly dominant, but in game 1 of this SHL final, St. Viator has made enough plays to get a 1-goal lead in the latter stages of the third period. Gorman and Acri square off. Acri able to win it. That's huge for New Trier. Going to be able to get some possession here. We'll keep an eye on the New Trier net. When Preston Watt will go, Dolby plays up Hackett, gets it on Babnick. Gets it through to Hackett. He shoots. Kane shoots. That one wide of the net. Watt still in net. Viator able to clear it, and I don't think that's going to make it for an icing. It will not. Icing is waived. Huge break for Viator. Now Wozniak trying to waste some time down here in the New Trier end. I would assume once New Trier is able to get the puck out of their own zone, get the puck established in the offensive zone, you'll see Watt leave the net. Here comes Dolby. He carries the puck. There goes Watt. Extra man heads onto the ice for New Trier. 1:17 left here in the third period. Syverston sprawling to keep this puck in the zone. Forced out by Viator. That will be offsides. A huge play at the blue line. Certainly the right call. And with 1:09 to go, a neutral zone play, a face-off. New Trier doesn't like the call from this point. Ben, it looked like that puck just did get out of the zone.
No, for sure. Gallagher did a great job to keep it in the zone originally, but it bounced right out. Good call by the refs. We have a pretty good view here, so good call by the refs for sure.
1:09 to go. Wagner and Zelazny. We've seen this matchup several times tonight. Wagner wins this one. Empty net right now for New Trier. Dolby gloves that puck, sends it in. 1 minute to go. And now offsides the call, and Dolby screaming at the linesman, not happy with the call.
Viator's trying to get it all the way down, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
So it's going to be here in the neutral zone, 58.5 to go in the third period. High tension here in North Shore Ice Arena. Great crowd tonight. We would expect to hear a lot of them here in the last 58 seconds. Away we go. Babnick takes this one off the face-off draw. Again, offsides as Zelazny ruled to be in the zone too early. Let's see if we can get a look at this one. Didn't get as good of a look at it. Absolutely, that's another good call by the linesman, as it looks like Zelazny was completely into the Viator zone before that puck entered. Zelazny, again this time, they'll be onside. Third time the charm for New Trier. Empty net still, 6 attackers for the Trevians. Able to get the puck in deep on Alec Gurn. He scoops the puck, looking for Houston. Does a nice job. Dorosian's got to go in the corner and dig that out. He doesn't. Ackery gets the puck below the goal. Wagner checks him. Now Houston and Zelazny battling. Puck stuck, 30 seconds to go. Kane goes down. Ackery gets it on to Zelazny from a sharp angle. He tries to get it out in front, blocked by Houston. Getting it out in front, but missing Magnus Iverson. That puck escapes, 20 seconds to go. 4-3 the score. St. Viator looking to pull the upset. Here comes Kane. Gets it on Gurn. Gurn just going to try to hold the puck there in the corner. 6 seconds to go. Trying to dig it out. Gurn just stalling, trying to waste as much time as possible. And St. Viator pulls the upset and wins game 1 from North Shore Ice Arena. What a game we had.
What a great hockey game, man.
And
wow.
The Viator bench just mobs Petreka. An amazing moment. And if you thought New Trier was going to come into this SHL final and waltz to an SHL championship, you are mistaken. These Lions came to play, and they've got a chance on home ice Wednesday night to win the SHL.
Great job by Viator. Down 3-1. Everyone could have counted them out. They could have counted themselves out, but they come back all the way from down 3-1 and get the W on the road with a chance to clinch on home ice. Really special game. Awesome hockey game. That's why SHL is great. Illinois hockey. Just great stuff.
We'll have that game 2 right here on the SHL Network Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. from Mount Prospect Ice Arena. Do not miss it. Thank you for tuning in here tonight in this electric game 1 of the SHL final. Big thank you to our crew here. Of course, Matt Luden on the camera, Jimmy Lewis Olson bringing you all the fantastic graphics, the replays. We had several very important replays here tonight. Thank you for Jimmy organizing all that. Of course, to my right, stepping into the color booth for his SHL broadcasting debut, Ben Stein. Ben, thank you for joining us here tonight.
Of course, thanks for having me. Really special. I love being able to coach high school hockey, and being able to announce it is just another awesome step. Really cool stuff. Living the dream here, so appreciate the SHL Network. Appreciate you, man.
Game 2 Wednesday night. Be there. For all our crew, I am Max Anderson. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you again on Wednesday night.